Hey everyone, I'm back with a new tutorial and today I'm going to talk about spot correcting. So spot correcting is basically, adjusting the color imperfections of your face with the proper colored concealer so that when you put foundation or concealer on top of that, it won't look gray because, a lot of women have been, asking me how to choose the proper concealer and, they always tell me that no matter what concealer they choose, it can be the right formula, it's already yellow based or orange based, it still looks great. So I'm making this video so I can teach you how to use the colored concealers. I'm sure that you've seen brands that came up with colored concealers like these. So basically that's what we're going to learn today. So if this is something that you might be interested in, please stick around. Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to properly color correct your imperfections before application of your foundation. What spot correcting means is that you have to correct the different imperfections on your face first before you apply concealer or your foundation, because you may have noticed in the past when you're doing your makeup, for example, you have really dark circles under your eyes. Even if you put on concealer or even if you pile on the concealer, it still looks gray. The reason for that is because the bluish or the purplish undertone of those dark circles are having a contrast between the yellow undertone of the concealer, so the result becomes gray. So what we're going to do is that we're going to conceal that first with colored concealers. You may have seen them in stores. I actually use this one. This one is from Face to Face. It's from the UK actually, but there's only one store here in Metro Manila who sells this. Actually about, I think, 9,000 pesos. It's for professional use, but if you want to achieve that and you wear makeup every day, then it's a very good investment. I've had this for more than like a year already, and I only scoop out just a tiny amount of product and then you mix it with concealer. But anyway, I'm going to indicate the address later in the information where you can buy it. There are also other brands who sell colored concealers like ELF, like this one. I actually just discovered this one. It actually has a more a gel-like or like gel-like consistency. It doesn't really have that thick consistency as a concealer, but it does its job well. So before we get into the concealing, I want to show you the color wheel. You can see these are the different colors of the color wheel. So what for color correcting, you basically just have to indicate what you want to conceal. Start with a pimple mark that I have here. It's colored red. So the concealer that would mask that or that corrects that, or the concealer that will balance that out, is the color green. You just have to look for the color that you want to correct around, and then the opposite side will balance it out before you can apply your concealer. What I like to do is use a small brush like this, a pointed brush, because if you use your fingers to conceal and you end up with concealer on the surrounding areas, which you don't really need that. A steel spatula. I'm going to get green, just a small piece like so. Dip my pointed brush and just spot conceal on the area. I really like using small brushes like this to when I'm spot concealing. or like color correcting rather than using, you know, concealer brushes like this, because it's too big and you always, you know, you end up using colored concealers on the areas that you don't really need it. So all the more that the other areas are gonna look gray. So I'm gonna conceal all the red spots and I'll be right back. So I've color corrected all the red spots on my face, and now I'm going to move on to color correcting the purple or the blue, the bluish spots on my face. Like usually you'll see them here on this area and then here, like those. See, like this area, those. So blue or blue-green or violet. So the opposite side, these are the colors that will correct them. Concealer palette, and I'm going to get the orange. Dip my brush and then just start applying. I like using you know, rather than wiping like a brush like this and then just applying it on the area, you can end up with too much product, so it becomes thicker. But if you use but you can also use it if you want, if you know you're in a hurry. But I just find that you end up with so much, and if you layer it on the concealer or the foundation, it can get really cakey. So I still like spot correcting with a pointed brush. That works well for me. So I'm just gonna apply it on areas that okay. So if you have under eye, you know, problems like really dark circles, you check all the colors that you have on that under eye area, because they're not really all purple or all blue. Some areas may have green, some areas may have green, blue-green or blue. So you just have to use a color wheel like this, and then just use this as a guide on which areas, on what color you're going to use to correct them. I like applying foundation with my fingers because, you know, you can really spread it out evenly, and you know, you can feel it, the heat of your fingers makes the foundation melt into your skin, so it looks very natural. So I'm going to use Bobbi Brown BB cream, get a small amount of foundation and just apply it on the key areas of my face. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to lightly pat my foundation over the areas that I could spot corrected, so that you won't disturb the concealer under it. So now we're going to set the base with powder, with loose powder. I currently have a favorite. It's the Banana Luxury Powder, but you can use basically any powder that you want, that you know, feel comfortable in using. I just like this one because, you know, it really adjusts to the color of your skin, since most Asian women have yellow undertones. So I just transferred it to my empty Lancome loose powder container here, and then I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush like this. Okay, so I'm going to dip that and then just, you know, tap on the 5 key areas of my face, which is the forehead, nose, chin, and the cheeks. And then I'm going to just lightly spread that all over my face. Set it lightly. I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit. And you're done. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you learned something new today. Something that you can add to your basic makeup routine. You just have to put in some extra time to get that perfect base. And for a message for all you makeup artists out there, spot correcting or color correcting is very important, especially when you're doing bridal makeup or TV commercials. HD cameras now pick up, even the tiniest hints of makeup on the face. So it's better to, just conceal the imperfection of your model's face. This will really help a lot. And, just set it with powder, and, that would really work out for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.